Hello there, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me again today. I'm going to make a cake today for you made out of grapefruit. We have an abundance of grapefruit at the moment, being towards the end of winter, and I think it's a really underutilized fruit. It's out of vogue these days, but I love it. So I'm going to show you what I do with this to make this really easy cake. Again, no fuss, no mixes. So come down with me and we'll make this together. Okay, so I've got my oven preheating at 160 fan force, which is 180. I have my prepared loaf tin. I've greased that rather well so it doesn't stick. And in this bowl here I've got 1.5 cups of flour, with about a half a teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon, or I call it a pinch of salt. And I've just given that a lovely whisk. And I've sifted the flour as well, which is just what I do all the time. You just sift it. Now, in another bowl, I've got an assortment of different things, okay, ready to go in. So I have 3 eggs, which I'll crack into here. Now the recipe calls for large eggs, but the size I'm using are just what my Tweeties are laying at the moment. Put all the wet ingredients into one bowl and we mix it into the dry ingredients. How much easier can it be? So just these eggs up just a wee bit. Now I have about 60 mils of fresh grapefruit juice, which is a ruby red. I don't know if you can see that pink hue to it. It's beautiful, gorgeous. I also have about 1.5 tablespoons of the zest of the grapefruit. I wish you could smell this. It's, oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. So zesty and fresh. I have some plain yogurt or some Greek style yogurt. This is my 180 grams. Now this is the one I've made at home. And I'll get that all that goodness into the mixing bowl. And I also have some brown sugar. I have 1 cup of brown sugar. Dip that in there. I also have vanilla extract. Now, the recipe calls for a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but mine's my measurements with vanilla are just, as I want it to be. Let's have a look. It's about 1/4 cup, but I'll put all the measurements down at the bottom for you. So we get all of that in there. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to give this all a really good mix and incorporate the whole lot. Trying not to make a mess. Now, you just mix this into the dry ingredients. Put the whole lot in. And switch to a large spoon to give this all a good mix. I'll just fold it in. All mixed up, it's beautiful. It's quite wet. So I'm going to pop this into the prepared tin. Actually, turn it around. There we go. Now, once this oven comes to temperature, it'll need about 45 to 55 minutes in the oven. And as I always say, check your oven. Everyone's oven is different, so it's just a guide. And once the 45 minutes have gone past, check the doneness of the cake and see how you're going. Just taken this out of the oven after 47 minutes and it's cooked through, but I'm going to leave it in the pan for quite some time and then I'll turn it out. Now that I've turned this lovely cake out of the pan, it's time to ice it. It's beautiful. So I've got here a little over a cup of icing sugar, or in North America, I believe you call it powdered sugar. So to make up this icing, I need a little more grapefruit juice, ruby red grapefruit juice. And it calls for about, look at that, isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Oh, look at that. Oh, and the smell. So I'm just gonna, and they're very juicy, I'm just gonna juice this. Also calls for a little drop of vanilla. And I've got this vanilla extract. I'm going to use probably, there we go, about a half a teaspoon. I'll taste it. If I think it needs, you know, a drop more, I'll certainly add it. And I'm just going to add the grapefruit juice. And again, if I think it needs a little drop more juice, I'll add that. And entirely up to yourself. And I'm just going to give it a taste. Oh, that's lovely. Now, I'll just dribble it all over the cake. Now, again, a super easy cake. Seasonal ingredients. Oh, look at that, that's gorgeous. Something you can enjoy with a nice cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a glass of milk, whatever you like. Oh, beautiful. And you can knock it up very quickly. I'll cut that a little bit later and have a little taste test, but I can tell you it's going to be lovely. So thank you again so much for being here with me today. It's been a delight. So I do hope to see you again. From me to you, bye for now.